Blocked her number because she would text me every day when I refused to reply anymore after telling her I didn't want to talk. 2 years later I unblocked it out of curiosity and she is still texting me daily. I sure hope I never run into her in person again. r/askreddit males of Reddit. What's your creepy girl story? Make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps the channel. Told my friend he should break up with his GF because she was threatening to kill herself and cheat over extremely petty stuff. He told her what I said. So she told her brothers that I said I was going to rape her. I had 3 of her brothers, all around 24, while I was 16, telling me they were going to kill me, and one of them even drove by my house with a gun pointed at me. Valentine's Day of my junior year of high school, 2 girls asked me out. One was super cute and timid, and I liked her a lot. The other had a boyfriend. After turning the second girl down, she went to her boyfriend and told him to beat me up because I was at fault for making her want to cheat on him. Her boyfriend apologized to me and broke up with her in the same sentence. We both received death threats from that girl for multiple weeks after that. She wasn't invited, but tagged along with friends who were, and came to my buddy's house for our friend's birthday party. We all got drunk, hopped and pushed people into the pool, had a good old time. The next morning, my friend, the birthday boy, was awakened by this chick riding on top of him. She either played with his wee-wee mildly enough to not wake, but just arouse him, or took advantage of his morning wood, but either way, she sleep raped my friend on his birthday and proceeded to soak the couch in piss. This was one expensive freaking couch, mind you, before leaving without saying a word. A week or so goes by, she is claiming she is pregnant and needs abortion money. Friend reached out to our friend group for advice. Turns out she has been known to rape drunk guys, and in fact it happened to another friend of ours whom she also asked for abortion money. 4 years later she's got 3 DUIs and nobody knows how many guys she has taken advantage of, or scammed out of fake abortion money. I dated this girl one summer during high school. She seemed nice enough, and we kind of hit it off at a church function. Until my summer schedule started. I went from working evening at a local fast food joint to working overnights, and I guess she couldn't cope. She would call my house and accuse my mom of lying for me, and demand she tell her where I really was. She'd drive by all night, and would even wait for me to get home at 6 or 7, still in my work uniform, and accuse me of cheating. Eventually she'd start calling me every hour or so at work, which as you can imagine my managers just loved. She did not take the breakup well, threatening to kill herself. She threatened to kill me, and she threatened to kill my dog. When I started dating a co-worker towards the end of the summer she threatened her too. This was grade 9, and I still shudder thinking about it. She was a sort of parasite that fed off of attention. She was leeched onto a friend of mine, but decided to start sucking the life out of me after I was nice to her, by which I mean, I acknowledged her presence. He tried to warn me about her, but I didn't listen. The first day after I met her I began to experience what it's like to be stalked by her. She was a social vampire, in the way that she would stand behind me until I acknowledged her existence, at which point she would immediately pull a chair up, push my friends out of the way, and would begin talking to me exclusively. If I tried talking to anyone else, she would insert herself into the conversation and try to make it about her again. She also liked horses. A lot. Like, a weird amount. People make jokes about horse girls, but she made the stereotype look like some real pussy shit. She kept asking me to look at her drawings, and I eventually relented, because I was too kind to tell her to frick off. I should have. She liked to draw what she called miximals, which were just mixes and matches of animals. Not a bad concept, right? Except all of the animals she mixed had horse parts, and throbbing, gigantic horse erections. The first one she showed me was a horse with 8 spider legs and a giant horse wee fully erect. It sat underneath the spider horse like a stinger, one I'm sure she regularly pretended was stabbing her. When I went home she added me on Facebook on 3 separate accounts, all with different names. On her main she started talking to me about how she was super wet and about her masturbating habits while simultaneously sending me pictures of gore. On the other accounts she pretended to be other people from school to talk to me about herself and try to see if I was interested in her. I actually didn't realize it was her until a few days in when I asked a friend why he was being so weird and talking about her so much. And the best part? This was all in a 24-hour period. She did this every day for weeks. And it didn't matter how many times I told her that I freaking hated her guts, she wouldn't go. Every day she would try to talk to me or try to add me on a different account because I blocked her, or she would give me surprise hugs from behind. She only left when she got bored of me and attached herself to someone else. She still scares me. I felt genuinely threatened by her. So, here is a creepy picked up by a girl story. I was in a bar, having a beer, and this girl starts talking to me. She seems okay, but the bar is dark. Hard to tell. She asks me if I want to go out to her truck and smoke a joint. I say yes. When we wander out of the bar, the bright lights outside illuminate her face in a disturbing way. I ignore what I'm seeing. She says, "So where is your car?" I say, "I thought we were going to your truck." She says, "No, we are going to your car." Okay, I can deal with this. We get to my car, and she says, "Where is the joint?" I say, "I thought you had a joint." She says, "No. Take me home." Okay, I can deal with this. So, I start driving her home. As I'm driving, she starts rambling, "You can frick me, you can screw me, you can do anything you want to me." Okay, maybe I can deal with this. As we approach her apartment she says, "I sure hope my boyfriend isn't home." Oh, frick. Can I deal with this? She points to a convenience store and says, "Pull in there and go buy me a 12-pack of beer." I say, "I'm not buying you a 12-pack. So, she gets out of the car to buy beer. I definitely cannot deal with this. Slam the car into reverse and race off into the night. I didn't go back to that bar for a year. Creepy girl. Years ago I had a roommate whose fiancé abruptly ended their relationship. The few days after they ended it, she would show up to my work. I worked retail at the time, looking for me. At the time I wasn't sure why she kept trying to talk to me, but I never really liked her, and she really fricked my roommate up by ending the relationship with no explanation. I would constantly hide in the stockroom to avoid her, so she began waiting by my car for my shifts to end. I would usually wait it out until someone working would give me the all clear, but after a few days I lost my patience and just decided to walk to my car. She was there. She confessed her love for me. I said no thanks, got in my car and left. We randomly run into each other around town and always make awkward eye contact before I realize it's her. My ex-wife is definitely the creepiest girl I've ever known. She once told me she stood over her dad while he was sleeping with a knife and fantasized about killing him. Literally had the knife at his throat before her younger sister walked, and then she said she liked to watch me sleep. She also said, after marrying me, that I was only supposed to be a practice boyfriend. She said she wanted to draw on my back, so I let her, and after I fell asleep she got bored just drawing, so she pulled a razor blade and tried tracing her drawing. She also put in a few piercings when I was drunk. Despite all the nutty things she did when we were together, they are still nothing compared to the hell she's put me through once we split. I had a month-long relationship with someone who was a tad unstable. Every other day during the relationship, she would be incredibly sad. Girl had some intense mood swings. She would be lovey-dovey one day and the next loud and argumentative. I probably let it last too long, looking back on it now. Anyways, I broke it off, and the next day she showed up at my job and said to my boss she was my wife and that something happened with our daughter. Well, when she walked up to me, she pulled out a knife and tried to stab me. Luckily we have decent security at my job and someone tackled her and restrained her until police showed. She ended up getting charged and now has some jail time. The security guy and I are good friends now. We play cards on the weekends, lol. At a friend's funeral, his sister started coming on to me. I ended up with her shortly after and slept with her twice. She started doing crazy shit like message me that she just drank bleach. She'd like that. Then one day she sends me a pic of a positive pregnancy test. I freak out inside, but take it all in over the next few days. Then she tells me she's extremely sick and in the hospital apparently puking. She proceeds to tell she had a miscarriage. I'm ecstatic inside, but don't let her know. I act apologetic. Then she throws a twist. There were actually twins, and only one got aborted. I told her to frick off and never talk to me again. And it's been a couple of years. She never had a kid. She just constantly seeked reactions and sympathy. Crazy lady. Thanks for sticking till the end lads and ladies. Don't forget to like and subscribe.